Today, we're going to be talking about why the Jets need to keep Lawrence Cager on the roster. Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, I'm talking about Lawrence Cager and why I think he needs to make the final 53. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow on socials, Matt O'Leary NY. Also, if you don't know, Just Jets podcast every single Monday. New episodes, call in, leave me your questions. The show is going to get moved to Wednesdays during the season, so we have a little bit of midweek action, breaking down the previous game, getting into the new one. It's a whole lot of fun, so make sure to subscribe. Today's show is brought to you by True Classic. The NFL is back, baby, and we want you to look your best when you are putting down a few brewskis at your fantasy football draft. Our new sponsor, True Classic, has the absolute best fitting t-shirts a man could buy. A lot of guys add a little bit to their beer belly during the football season, myself included, and these tees are specifically designed to hide that. And your lady, if she's upset with you watching football all day, I get it, but at least you could look good while doing it. We've all been there. Finding the right t-shirt with a little bit of a dad bod can be frustrating. Most t-shirts are either way too tight on your gut, and then they look way too big and boxy. It's not good. You need yourself a nice little upgrade. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men finally get a better fit at an affordable price. Our listeners get access to the best deal that they offer for a limited time. Get 25% off with my code MATT25. Get yourself a nice t-shirt pack. I got a nice little 3-pack. I love them, how they fit. They're very nice and tight where they need to be around the arms, makes the chest look good, and then loose around the stomach area. 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. All right, so why do the Jets need to keep Lawrence Cager? Easy. He gives the Jets something that they don't currently have. He is a converted wide receiver trying to make it as a tight end, and I think he's played really good through 2 games so far. First game, 2 catches, 40 yards. Next, 3 catches, 65 yards, and had a massive touchdown. As I said, he's a converted wide receiver, has a really unique skill set at the tight end position, and it begs the question, should the Jets carry 4 tight ends? I think they should. They're a team that's going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets. We know Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzomah are the 1 and 2 in whatever order you want to put them in, and then Jeremy Ruckert is tight end 3. But it feels like there is a competition for tight end 4 between guys like Lawrence Cager and Kenny Yeboah and Trevon Wesco. And I'm really all set with Trevon Wesco. He played a little bit of H-back last year. He's not really a reliable guy. He's a ton of penalties. Just not it. I'm ready to move on from Trevon Wesco. And then also you have Kenny Yeboah, who I like a lot, but I think I would try to stash Kenny on the practice squad and try to keep Lawrence Cager, because I don't think you're going to be able to keep Lawrence Cager on the practice squad. I think someone's going to be able to pick him up, because when you look around the league and look at tight end 3s, because I feel like on most teams he'd be a tight end 3. He's probably an upgrade for a lot of these teams. And the NFL is such a pass-happy league now that you don't necessarily need a specific tight end to be good as a both pass catcher and run blocker. You could have a specialist, which Lawrence Cager would be a specialist, let's be honest, as a pass catcher. As a converted wide receiver, he's going to be able to run those routes extremely crisp. He's going to have more speed than the average tight end and create mismatches when he's lined up as a tight end. He could also be used as a big slot. Now, I'm not saying Mike LaFleur has to use him a whole bunch, but every once in a while, a couple plays work him in. I don't see the harm in that. I think he provides some more upside than some of the back-end wide receivers who could potentially make the team. Like if the Jets decide they're carrying 5 or 6 wide receivers, and I don't know. I don't think the Jets, with how they're trying to operate, should carry 3 tight ends. I think they're a 4 tight end team. We know who the top 3 is going to be. It's going to be a competition for tight end 4 between Cager, Yeboah, and Trevon Wesco. But I think Cager gives you the most upside. Yes, converted wide receiver, so he's not going to be great as a run blocker. But when you look at the 2 backup tight ends, which would in this scenario be Lawrence Cager and Jeremy Ruckert, while we know can be a good pass catcher and was probably underutilized as a pass catcher at Ohio State, is a really good blocker. You can make the case he's probably the best blocking tight end that the Jets currently have, which I think is why they could line him up at H-back a little bit, but they would complement each other well. He would be a little bit more of the blocking tight end and can be, make some noise as a pass catcher, while Lawrence Cager will be, the unique guy who's just going to go out there and create mismatches. I think the Jets offense has a chance to be really unique this year. Lawrence Cager can be a part of that. Mike LaFleur has shown the ability to make mismatches and get creative and use guys who, are usually depth pieces. Braxton Berrios, for example, last year was a fan favorite and also a Mike LaFleur favorite. And I think Lawrence Cager could do that for this team. I think he should make this team. I don't know about you, but I like his upside, and I would be more willing to bet on his upside than Trayvon Wesco. And yeah, I do like Kenny Yeboah, so if they decided to choose him over Lawrence Cager, I could live with it, but I just think that Yeboah is probably more likely to make it through to the practice squad, while Cager, I think, is probably going to get cleaned. So let me know what you think. Should the New York Jets keep Lawrence Cager on their 53-man roster? Has he shown you enough? To me, he has. Sound off in the comments. Get after me on social media. Subscribe if you're new. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time.
Wow.